and Liam McLeod.
Sean Clare hasn't made it for Hearts, succumbing to a hip injury we hear sustained at training on Thursday. Aidan Keena starts for just the second time for the club. Uche Piesu and Peter Haring have both made it, both integral to the Jam Tarts' ambitions of not only getting through this tie, but for lifting the silverware itself. Captain Berra won this as an unused sub in 2006. For being an unused sub as a Hearts player in a cup finals, no stranger to John Robertson, the Inverness boss, who had that role in their famous win over Rangers in '98 across the city at Celtic Park. You can say the same about Liam Polworth 4 years ago. He's without the suspended Cole Donaldson as John Robertson. He picked up his third booking of the tournament in the quarters. Former Jambo Brad Mackay replaces him. It was Aaron Doran's late goal at Tannadice that took them here. Arno Hume. Smith. It's better from the Premiership team. Lee back out to Smith. Decent ball in as well for Berra. Was just behind them. Berra again. Ooh, it's over. Berra didn't get too much behind it. McCart puts it over for the corner.
It's a good ball in. Berra just gets up above Rooney. Rooney does enough. When it works back to Berra, it's McCart that's in there. Taking no chances, could have gone anywhere.
That's a good turn by him though, Tom Walsh. Worked out some space and Suter gets a massive touch on that.
You're right. A White scoring, as simple as that.
Here Rick Piesu, it's broken favourably for the big Heart striker. He went himself, it's a comfortable save for Ridgers.
He's got to lay it for Lee. Once it breaks here, shows great willingness again. Once he turns here, just Lee, you can see him, arms out. But he's greedy on that occasion.
No changes for either team at the interval. Final Saturday the 25th of May will be the 134th Scottish Cup final. It's Ollie Lee!
You're all of 40 yards. Reminded me of Stephen Dobie's strike for Queen of the South against Aberdeen in the earlier rounds. But what a touch that is from Ridgers as well.
Ollie Lee. Yet another Hearts corner. They've started with some serious intent in the second half.
Yeah, not as direct. Better runs, better passes. Nobody edge of the box again. All in that 6-yard box, Liam.
It's congested. Mulroney's peeled out of it though. Here he is. Jake Mulroney. Ikpeazu! Uche Ikpeazu puts Hearts a step closer to the final.
It's a perfect start to this second half for Craig Levein. I think you'll see as Mulroney breaks from the 6-yard box, picks it up. There it is, and then he shows the pace to get away from Chalmers. Lovely little drop on the shoulder, smashes it across. It drops to Ikpeazu. He's too strong for Rooney. Just muscles him out of the way. He wants it more and just crashes it right into the roof of the net. Wouldn't write this Inverness team off just yet. They've got a bit of spirit about them. They take one of those draws right now.
Here's an example. Screen defending initially by Suter, but Cally Bissell will get a free kick for the foul by Hume on Polworth, right on the edge of the box.
Good tackle from Suter, you'll see here. Just that little spin. Gives Inverness the opportunity. Well, Chalmers scored that wonder dig against Dundee United.
Can he do it on the biggest stage of all? Oh, almost dead! Slabal gets a crucial touch onto the woodwork.
Well, when you execute a strike and catch it like that, I mean, what a touch that is. A double-handed save.
It's an offside flag has gone up against McCart was absolutely devastated having finished like that.
We'll see he's just maybe half a yard offside. It was tight, but it looks as if he's coming back, playing the right hand side, playing him offside. But tell you what a turning hit that is.
It is McLean. Mulroney's tenacity wins the corner. Ollie Lee's latest corner. Oh, it's awkward! And it's two! John Suter meets it in the back post! And surely he sends Hearts through to the Scottish Cup final with what is his first goal of the season.
See the delivery here. That's Trafford that flicks it on, but he's on the gamble Suter. He's lost White. He's got there, and again it's high into the net for Hearts. Should all but see them through to the final.
Made this an almighty task for the second tier club. Burns scooping away. Trafford to Chalmers. It's come off Slamal again. That's two opportunities he's had in this second half.
He's wondering what he has to do. He's going to can't strike it any better.
Lee disguising the ball at Piezu. There's a penalty.
Once Ikpeazu gets that first touch, it's always a penalty. Ridgers cleans him out.
Sean Clare has a particularly good record from the spot to potentially seal this. And seal Hearts' passage to the final. The Jam Tarts are coming back here at the end of May. That is beyond doubt now.
He shows Mark Ridgers the eyes, Sean Clare, and then drags it at the last moment.
Sean Clare, Hearts 3, Cali Thistle 0.
I think the break came at a good time for us, and we managed to sit and talk about what we need to do in the second half to win it, and really getting in front settled the nerves from everybody.
Have you ever scored a more important goal for Hearts? You scored a few this season, but that was an important one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I love scoring goals, and scoring in any game is great, but scoring in a semi-final to help the team progress to the final is an amazing feeling.
We had a spell. We had a good 10-15 minute spell where we got on top. The save from Zamal, from Joe Chalmers, is incredible. We were away. He's got a fingertip on the underside of the bar. We needed that to go in. And then the lads are saying that they feel the goal should stand. It was Mulroney plays the pass, so it can't be offside. Yeah. Again, that's what we needed. We needed that wee bit of luck. That's the things you need to go your way.
Fantastic victory for Hearts. In the end, less said about the first half, perhaps the better. You were both there yesterday.
We were.
You knew how poor the first half was.
Yeah, it was pretty poor, to be honest. I felt as though Inverness would have gone into half-time the happier of the two teams, keeping a clean sheet without having really been tested too much by Hearts. I felt Hearts in the first half were predictable. They were working the ball wide to Mulroney well, but in the end product wasn't quite there. In the first half, second half was a different story, Jonathan.
Yeah, exactly it was. Uche Ikpeazu, we've been wrestling with pronunciation all season. Everybody in Scottish football has. He's been wrestling with defenders along the way as well. Massive first goal from the massive striker, Michael.
Yeah, it was huge. And we spoke about it during the game yesterday, the fact that Hearts have so many variations of set plays, and it came up trumps for them again. Jake Mulroney doing really well, firing the ball across the face of goals eventually, and Ikpeazu just being on his toes, being quicker to react than the defenders, and it was a big goal, in the context of the game, to get that first one and get in front. And from there, I don't think there was
great celebration yesterday.
I'm not sure what that one was.
I don't think there was any doubt that Hearts were going to be able to see it through. Although John Robertson said in his interview, and I think he was quite right. Inverness got themselves into the game there where they looked dangerous, but they just couldn't get that goal.
Well, let's have a look at some of these chances, because it was a fantastic save.
Well, it's a brilliant free kick. Chalmers thinks it's in. From where we were, it looked in, but the fingertip save from Zamal is absolutely sensational. We had a great view of it. As I said, we had this view, and we're thinking that's in, but it's a brilliant save. Such a pivotal moment as well in the game, that one.
And then you're going to construct this theory that the disallowed goal, which everybody thought was offside, should actually have stood, Stephen.
Yes, well, because it hits Mulroney last.
Can you prove this?
Well, I shall try my very best, but initially it's a brilliant finish from the centre half to turn and put it in the top corner. You can see here he would be offside.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's clearly offside, but the ball, in my opinion, comes off of Mulroney last and therefore plays him on. But
this is the crucial bit.
Difficult for a referee. Yeah. Well, he hits it, and if you see it ricochets off to the underside of his foot, you can see his foot kind of rocks. It hits the studs, changes direction, and therefore it came off of the.
I think the key thing in all that as well is when you look at the trajectory of the ball.
Yeah.
It looks like it just comes straight off of Jake Mulroney's boot, and it's a wonderful finish from McCart.
In fairness to the ref, it's difficult for him to spot that.
I mean, it's very difficult because yesterday, you know, we were looking at the replays and we couldn't really tell. And then, obviously, when we came in this morning, we were able to get a better look at it. I mean, so it's very, very difficult. I mean, with the naked eye, it's impossible for the officials to get that one spot on.
But with VAR, would you
it still would be difficult.
You'd be there a while.
You guys could have been there with VAR yesterday. What a missed opportunity that was. Anyway, Hearts would go on and win this match. And, well, in the end, we've just had a look at those clips. Deserved victory?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. I think on their second half performance, first half performance wasn't great. Second half, they blew Inverness away. I felt as though Inverness struggled to get their influential players involved. You know, Doran, Polwarth, Walsh, Jordan White even. They struggled at the top end of the pitch, and that was their biggest downfall. John Souttar's been impressive of late, Michael. It would be a hugely important second goal.
Yeah, it was. You know, again, we've spoken about the great set plays from Hearts, but this one more from Inverness perspective, just poor defensively. Trafford at the front post here, you see how disappointed he is, he doesn't clear it, and then round the back, John Souttar getting in front of Jordan White and just reacting quicker. And
just a striker switching off at a set play.
And that was a crucial one. You know, really that you know, from 2-0 you were thinking to yourself it was game setting match for Hearts. But as I said, very disappointing for John Robertson and Inverness that they could have and should have dealt with that set play better.
Sure, absolutely. In terms of the penalty, nothing controversial.
No arguments really. You thought it was offside, Michael?
No, I didn't. I said
yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes,
I said no, Tomo. I said there was a question about it because it's very tight. Very
well, no
was it offside?
Well, it's no question about the challenge from Mark Ridgers. Yeah, he'll not make a centre half, but I thought he was in line. When he goes through. But Michael thought that he might just have been offside. Yeah. It's tucked away anyway. I mean, it was irrelevant at that point in time because the game was pretty much done at 2-0.
You just questioned it. You weren't saying it was offside.
It was as marginal. It was as marginal as the Jake Mulroney and the through pass when Chalmers passed it. It was as marginal as that. Unfortunately, the technology yesterday wasn't particularly up to speed, so I couldn't tell definitively whether it was or not. But as Tomo said, I think he was just regurgitating what I said yesterday. It was immaterial because at 2-0 up, Hearts were not going to lose that game.
Just plagiarising.
Yes.
We need to get this forensic sports scene VAR technology rolled out for next season. No doubt about it. So, well, what we've got, obviously, the final between Hearts and Celtic. History on Hearts' side, Michael?
Yeah, I just noticed there that there's been 3 cup finals.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't Google it.
You did?
I didn't Google it, did I?
How did
you don't know how I know. There's been 3 cup finals previously between the two sides.
It's all up there.
And Hearts have won 2.
There's no way you knew that.
There we go.
Incredible.
Have they? So, that is quite a good start.
And so, yeah, history's on Hearts' side.
And will they win the final?
Well, it'll be tough. It'll be very tough. You know, you've seen what Celtic can do to the top sides in the country, what they did this afternoon against Aberdeen. It'll be a tough task for Hearts, but, you know, they're there. They've got the chance, and I'm pretty sure that's all that they were looking for from yesterday's result, to get into that final and give themselves an opportunity to lift the trophy.
And if they get Stephen Naismith back, for example, for the Scottish Cup
final. He's a big player, isn't he? He is. I think they'll need all their top players available for that game.
Because Celtic are huge favourites, let's face it.
Yeah, massive favourites. And with what's at stake, I think it makes it even more difficult for Hearts. Maybe the pressure will work in Hearts' favour, but to do a treble would be an unbelievable achievement from Celtic. They're overwhelming favourites, no doubt about it.
It is a huge pressure for everyone at Celtic, for Neil Lennon to deliver this historic treble, Michael. How convinced are you that they will do it?
Well, they are the favourites. I think that they will do it. But you know, like anything in football, you know, until the final whistle is blown, you cannot guarantee it. And it's a massive game for Neil Lennon as well if he wants that trophy. If he wants the trophy, and then get the job off the back of it.
Michael.